Joining us now to discuss the road to 2024, former White House advisor in the Trump administration and host of the Gorka reality check here on Newsmax, Sundays 7 and 10 p.m. It's a must-see. Sebastian Gorka himself and former special assistant to President Trump, Marc, who is also the former director of strategic communications for Trump-Pence 2020. Gentlemen, great to have you in today on such a busy day.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for having us. And let me just say, Jim may not be able to sing, but he is the world's expert on the Beatles. Do not go up in Trivial Pursuits with James
100%. Exactly, 100%. We've known that, and one would be very wise not to go into a match with him. Let's talk about what's happening with Trump today. The legal team saying the Georgia election case needs to be thrown out. He's protected from prosecution under presidential immunity. You also know, Seb, that that's going to be an issue tomorrow with the D.C. Appeals Court and the justices hearing that in front of Chukan's case. What will you be looking for with this move, especially in Georgia? Judge Scott McAfee, you know, they have the YouTube stream all ready for this trial.
Look, it's very, very simple. The essence of the particular political architecture in America, thanks to our founding fathers, is checks and balances and separations of power. The executive has immunity. If the executive did not have immunity, he would face lunatic left-wing law cases every single day, and you couldn't be the executive. And the president, chosen by the American people, is the embodiment of the executive. So basically, you could read the Constitution or maybe some of the Federalist Papers to these lunatic judges, but the fact is a president must have immunity. Otherwise, he can't be the president.
Well, we'll be watching it very closely, obviously, and following every move in the legal issues. But today we're watching, obviously, President Joe Biden, where he will make a speech and talk about something that occurred 9 years ago. Obviously, not talking about the current record. And maybe there's bigger concerns, Marc, with the campaign. Washington Post is saying Barack Obama worried, warning Biden himself to pick up the pace. And another high-profile Democrat also concerned about Biden's reelection is South Carolina Congressman Jim Clyburn. Here's what he said on the Sunday shows.
I'm very concerned, and I have sat down with President Biden. I have no problem with the Biden administration and what it has done. My problem is that we have not been able to break through that MAGA wall.
Do events like today think they're going to work as they're opening old wounds from 9 years ago, Marc?
Well, no, and obviously if he's going there to mark, that horrific shooting, and that's fine for a president of the United States, but doing it as a campaign stunt, that's disrespectful. But here's the problem, and Barack Obama is right to be worried. Jim Clyburn doesn't get it. They do not have a messaging problem. They have a results problem. And it's not about whether you nominated a Supreme Court justice or signed a bill that does this, that, or the other thing. Black Americans, like the rest of Americans, are struggling with gas prices, grocery prices. They don't like seeing our southern border overrun and our cities being basically run over by all of these illegal immigrants. And so until they address these underlying concerns, throwing up these little distractions and these other issues aren't going to change the outcome. And if Joe Biden is losing among Black Americans, it's because of his results, not because of his messaging.